Hey guys, I'm out here, I'm editing a video, and I didn't shoot an intro. So here you go. But remember, like and subscribe. It really helps us on the road while we're doing all this. But anyway, so this video is about a community that we found out here when Rut and I found out here, and we went and visited, and Teo, I'm sorry, it's just names I'm not used to. But anyway, we met his awesome family, and they showed us around, and this is the kind of community that, that everybody should aspire to. So anyway, so it's very inspirational for us, so I know it's going to be for y'all too. So y'all stick around, I know you're going to enjoy this.
No, but I really think it's an awesome project that you have here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and I think it's amazing to see how similar it is to a lot of other people that have the same understanding. But you have come very far, a lot of people are talking about it. They're looking for property. Is this one of the water?
This is gonna be the pool.
Yeah, the water
It's gonna be
basin.
between the community and the
Farming.
the farming, and the back is gonna be
And
they're gonna rent the huts. Rent, and also gonna give the experience of being in the wild.
yes, exactly.
Nature and stuff. So a little bit more comfort.
Yeah, the thing with having the difference between making things happen and only wishing them is because of the fear. Because when we started, we have a lot of fears, and I was fear of failing, and fear of maybe we are throwing away our money and our time, and it's very challenging, changing your life from the city and from living like anybody else and going to the countryside and then starting to learn things that you have never done in your life. And sometimes it is very like a romantic idea, no? To think like I want to live in the countryside and I want to be in touch with nature. but when you are experiencing the change, and the mosquitoes, and you see that there are tarantulas and spiders and
Yeah, it's a tarantula.
It's a tarantula. We have a tarantula. Do they jump?
I don't know, but I'm prepared.
Okay, don't kill it.
No, I'm not gonna kill it.
Don't kill it.
This is just to prevent from jumping in my face.
Oh, okay. So it's not to kill, it's to
Not
prevent
to kill.
from jumping. Would it jump on your face and sit on your face?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
Okay,
there he goes. Okay, there he goes. There he goes. He got it. He got it. Oh yeah, he got it. Just stand still. He'll go. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, he wants to go back in the box.
and also snakes
There you go.
and scorpions, and then you see the challenges, and also you see that there's a lot of work you need to do by yourself.
Yes.
When you are building your own house, it is very demanding physically, mentally, so it's not easy thing to do.
Yeah.
But at the end, it is very rewarding.
It's so rewarding.
Yeah,
Yes,
it is. So,
Yes.
and it also gives you like this peace,
Yes.
and it's hard to explain because everybody feels in a different way. But for me, it's been very rewarding, and finding my kids running freely in the countryside, and it's been the best decision I made in my life with my wife, and she's been so supportive. Because if my wife told me, you know what, Theo, I don't want to do this, I would never done this.
So how long have you been doing the walk? No.
The what?
I just call it the walk.
Oh, the walk. Yeah, I understand life. So some years ago, we have this change of mind because of our son, and we start thinking, what is the best that we can give them? And one thing leads to another, and first was the homeschooling, and then what are we eating, and where all this food came from, and can we grow our own food?
The problem, do you remember, like 1 month ago, everything was flooded? Also this area, just flooded. That's why you have like algae.
Oh. Function is like growing now or just prepared?
The trays are just prepared.
They're just prepared.
Let's read this
And
story.
it was this process, and once you start, I think you can't stop. Once you start looking at things different,
Yep.
and you start finding answers, and finding these things that you say, this is much better than what I was living before. It's like a snowball,
Yeah.
you know, it's
Mhm.
getting bigger.
Yeah.
So now, and we're learning to grow food, and now we want to learn other techniques, no? And we are learning to make super adobe, and now we want to learn cup, for example.
Yeah.
So yeah, one thing leads to another, and it's a very interesting process.
Yeah, because it's kind of like so natural for us.
Yeah.
It's like so in our DNA to
Yeah.
want to do it. And when you do it, you realize the beauty of it is so breathtaking.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of work. But it makes you sleep very well during night, you know, because you go to bed tired and you see the results during the day, so you feel so good, you know. So this kind of lifestyle is absolutely the best. We all agree on
Because
that.
I was in this super adobe and permaculture course, and this guy was saying that I was telling him maybe I have an air conditioner. He was like, what? Man, do you know what are you talking about in this place about air conditioning? And then these other guys start, you know, saying things to me that I was wrong, and then our teacher stopped them and said that, hey guys, this is not a religion. We don't need to be fanatics, and everybody does the things in the way they can, and they understand. And I was like very relieved, because I was like, wow, I was getting, you know, beat with words by these other guys, and I was feeling bad. And then I learned this valuable lesson that everybody does what they can, the best way they can, with the tools they have.
Exactly, and that's the beauty of it,
Yeah.
because with this kind of living, the way I think, I don't know how you think, but I think when you do homeschooling, you encourage in the child what the child is naturally good and interested in doing, right? And it's the same with people, because my understanding of beauty with people is when you see them grow, when you see that they understand who they really are and what they really like, because we have all been programmed to think in a certain way, right? So when they are free to express themselves, and it's kind of like a flower that blooms and it gets life and peace and joy, right? So I believe in this setting, people can grow, and when they do what they love to do, if all people do what they love to do, the community is a more balanced place to live in also, because people will be more happy, right? And it's not considered work if you do something you love, right? So this is the more people in a community, the more life will also come into the community. So I think this is kind of like the hardest time before.
Yeah, because of the COVID.
Yeah, because we have so much work to do. But when it is finished, or it's starting to come to finish, then more people will see your vision.
Yeah.
And they can, you know.
The thing with that is that I believe in synergy, and I don't believe that 1 + 1 is 2.
No,
1
it's
+ 1
multiplied.
may be 5 or 6. It depends, and the diversity of people that can bring their own ideas and you know, imagination into things. That's what really make a community to grow and blossom. And it is challenging to live with other people, because we all think together, live together, but things differently.
That's why you have to have a community house and to have separate living units where you can have a
We decided, for
personal space.
example, to have breakfast each on their houses, and also for the in the night.
Yeah.
But we try to maybe sometimes eat together in the afternoon. But yeah, it is good to be together, but not to be like
No, because I
bonded.
totally.
No.
Were you wanting to do aquaponics here though? Because this is like, you do permaculture, and I can see with the pond and everything that you really integrated like a lot of permaculture, cultural theories are. But
But the thing is that we are only like working right here like 4 people. so it is a lot of work.
Yeah.
What I've been learning in this experience is that you need to take step by step. And at the beginning, I was like trying to run. And when you try to run in this style of life, you don't enjoy it as you can. So now I learned that sometimes it's good to take a step back.
Yeah.
Take a step back and let things happen.
Yep.
Learn about them.
Mhm.
Be patient with yourself more than anybody else. Yeah, be patient with yourself more than with anybody else.
It's hard.
Because if you start with yourself, it's gonna be easy to do with the others. So yeah, at the beginning I was like trying to rush myself into, okay, we need to build, we need to do this and that, but it was very demanding.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, I was like sometimes frustrated because we just started 1 year ago.
Y sin tiempo
Yeah.
para lo que querías tener tiempo.
Yeah, and the reason why we left everything away from the city was because we want to be a family and stay together. And now I was working too much and I was more tired than when I was working in the city. So yeah, that's something else I needed to learn. And
So what are you doing now? Are you working full time outside the project now, or?
I'm like a free agent, like
Okay.
working on video.
Uh-huh.
So I work for some photographers and I made some videos, but like a free agent, I don't want to be working for somebody and going to an office and having my time a day. I need to go 8 hours a day. I don't.
I'm
Yeah.
also a graphic designer.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so I understand your thinking there.
Yeah,
You
it's
make
much
good
better.
videos, by the way.
I think it's better. Yeah, but yeah, I think that everything is like can be put in one word, is freedom, and that's what we are searching for. Be free, and when you have this freedom in your mind and in your life, yeah, things start to have more sense, and you're happy.
Do you believe in love?
Oh, sure. Yeah, for sure. For us, it's so important in our family, and I know that in my brother's family too. Love is almost everything that moves us, because we're doing this for love, because we love our children, and because before our children, we thought different.
Yeah.
And when you have this great responsibility of having children, it's like you need to think above yourself, and now you have somebody behind you, and that you want them to also blossom, right?
Yeah, because it's like, we were talking about this morning that everything has to do with love, loving the creation, the creator, loving each other, and the rest is how do you do that. And I think, to take care of nature and to live in harmony with nature and each other in gratitude and to be happy, it's you cannot buy this, this kind of lifestyle.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Gosh, it's so beautiful.
So y'all are, how long are you looking at before you think you're close to done, or, closer to being able to actually let people come and stay here?
I think when we started, I told my wife that maybe it's going to be a process of, I don't know, maybe 3 years, from 3 to 5 years, because when I've been watching videos on YouTube of a lot of people, making this change of life, and I saw this pattern that it was from 3 to 5 years that they get to know the process, and to know how to grow their own food in the right way. Like us, we had this experience this year and we lost almost everything, so we learned, and this is year number 1. So let's
So what
hope.
happened? What happened this year?
Well, there was a lot of rain, but was kind of unusual. We have this rain season, but this year was something unusual, and didn't help that we have these tormentas,
Hurricane also.
the hurricane. So yeah, it was hard, but it is part of the experience curve. So yeah, it's not a problem. But I think in 3 years the final plan for this project is to be a permaculture center
Yes.
in the future, so people can not only came here to see an eco village of some people living there, but also that they can learn from
Yes.
it. And the most important thing is that we can share and not looking just to make money from it, but maybe it is kind of a business, but also needs to be something that the people can pay for, and that they can feel comfortable and happy and saying that, okay, it is very affordable and it is a nice way of learning things. But that's the main goal, to have this self-sufficient space that we can teach others, because that's what I'm looking, because that's what I was inspired from other people that have these kind of projects.
So do you also want to do like, if volunteers want to come and help to build natural buildings or learn about permaculture, do you also open up for volunteers to come and help?
Yeah, sure. The idea of the volunteers, I at the beginning I was thinking to ask some people to, being volunteers, but then I was in some permaculture pages in Facebook, and it is a complicated subject, because some people say that, okay, if you have volunteers, you don't need to ask for anything from them, like, okay, you need to pay for your food. No, you don't need to ask anything. They are giving their time, so it's gonna be free, everything. And I was like, yeah, but I don't have enough money to pay food and to teach them to do things and to teach them to build with Super Adobe. And I was like, and somebody gave me this idea, and he told me, don't say you need volunteers. It's better if you say you need like pupils.
Pupils, yes.
Students.
Focus is something like that. Pupils.
Students.
Students. And he told me, like, made something for students, and it's much better. And just ask them, so they pay their own food, and you give them shelter and a place to sleep and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, that sounds better, because in the permaculture community here in Mexico, it's very delicate subject. If you say I need volunteers, and then they come and they say, we want everything free, and if not, you're like a slavery time old people, and it's not that way. So yeah, but that's the idea. That's the main idea. People can here help, and we can bring them some knowledge about Super Adobe and the experience of living in this kind of life. Because of what you said about what do we need, is like, I don't know. Well, maybe people following our page is good enough.
What is your pages?
Tierra Viva in Facebook, and also the Tierra in Instagram. We are like Tierra Viva 17. Tierra Viva and the number 17.
Tierra Vida and the number 17. Okay.
Yeah, Tierra
And
Viva.
the link will be down below too, so that's.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah,
Yes.
for people to follow us is good enough, because they know what are our plans, and in future, if we can receive anyone that want to come here and help us or want to learn. Yeah.
Two chains.
One to make the circle,
Yes.
and one to make the
The
curvature.
dome.
Yeah.
Ah.
But this one you go all the way around,
Wow.
making sure it's the same space.
Yeah.
Where's the other one? I think this one it should be there. Where is this one?
Oh, I think this one.
Oh yeah.
This is the one that you put on the other side.
Uh-huh.
Where's the other one? You put it from the outside.
Ah.
From the outside of the circle.
Yeah.
To create the curvature.
Awesome.
So the screw is a little bit open. You want to make it a little bit shorter? You just close a little bit. Or you want to make it longer? Just put it more inside. You want to make it shorter? Take it outside. Harder, so you can make.
It's so simple and so important. So this is
So cute.
to go upstairs.
¿Sí? ¿Sí se puede subir? Sí, sí, sí. Bueno, a ti no sé.